Yo, what's up, everybody? Good evening. Good evening to everybody in Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch land. This is your boy Q, host of Master Gas Entertainment. Listen, I am doing an MTG pop up on tonight. First and foremost, I want to say again, make sure you share this broadcast and all that good stuff, and then just make sure, of course, that you following us on all social media platforms. Of course, what's happening is at this moment, I'm doing what we call an MTG pop up. That just simply means that what we do is every now and then we run across some information, some new news and stuff like that that we want to share with you, or we feel like is live worthy. We'll jump on and we will definitely talk to you. So, real quick, while I am sharing this broadcast at this moment, again, if you want to join the conversation, go ahead and drop your comments right down in the comment section, and we'll go ahead and we will definitely take a look at that. So, I am going right now on Facebook to go ahead and share this broadcast and things like that. So, what I am coming on to talk to you guys about is a couple of things real quick. I'm waiting for my big sister to come on. I don't know where Jay is. I'm waiting for her to come on so we can talk about something real quick. I want to talk about a preacher's breaking point. A preacher's breaking point. A preacher's breaking point. I want to talk about that. I want to be able to talk about an actual YouTube video that I ran across, and I'm gonna actually let me go ahead and pull it up right now while I'm talking to y'all. But it's an actual YouTube video that I ran across from an actual prophetess in the state of Florida. What happens is she actually definitely went off on a whole lot of preachers, bishops, all this kind of stuff. What was happening is that she kept saying she reached her breaking point. She had reached that breaking point. She said she was tired of all of this stuff that was going on, tired of people lying to her, tired of people hurting her, and all this other good stuff. And I mean, all this other stuff. And um, what happens is that I'm concerned because us as leaders and things of that nature, that we actually are supposed to be a help to God's people. What happens is that we end up hurting them, and once we end up hurting them, what happens is that we hurt them because someone hurts us. And of course, we've heard the saying, hurt people hurt people. And so prophetess Kimberly Brown is who I'm talking about. If you guys have seen it out there, or whatever case it is, prophetess Kimberly Brown had a huge and a powerful rant that she definitely went on in her rant. I'm going to play a couple of the clips on her rant, or whatever the case it is. I'm not going to go and play the whole thing or whatever, because it's a lot of vulgarity in the rant, but it's a lot that's going on. And so I want to talk about that. Hey, Donna, what's going on? That's my sister, Donna. How you doing, darling? We definitely want to talk about that because I feel like, being a preacher myself, I feel like that, we have to be able to not only support one another, but we need to have these conversations to kind of figure out what the hell is going on. What is happening? Why are we losing control? And then also I have another special guest that's going to be on. Actually, I'll go ahead and deal with this now. Give my sister time to come in. If you guys have been hearing, of course, right here in Dallas, Texas, in regards to Pastor Ricky Rush of the Inspiring Body of Christ Church, Dallas, Texas, one of the larger churches here in the city. Pastor Ricky Rush has been a staple pastor in this community for years. Also, he was an actual former music or choir director teacher, actually, at Skyline High School in Dallas, Texas. Of course, there are some things that's coming out about Pastor Rush, of course, and we'll go into it in just a second. But I invited one of his members to come on. Hey, sis, I invited one of his members to come on to talk about how she feels about what's going on by being an actual lay member. What is her opinion on this, and how is she feeling in regards to her membership there at the church? And that's very, very important. So I have Miss Shantae that's going to be on with us, and we're not going to show Miss Shantae's face. and any of that kind of stuff. But we just want to let you all know that she is here and she is waiting. So while I am sharing this broadcast, I definitely want you guys to go ahead and share this broadcast right now. Stop what you're doing, hit share. If you're definitely watching us on YouTube, before you leave, go ahead and click that subscribe button for us. Once you do that, of course, you will definitely get all of the updates and all of the notifications when we're definitely going to um, um, be on or whatever. So hit that subscribe button or whatever, and it'll let you know when we're coming on. So we're going to be jumping on real quick. And like I said, I'm going to bring Shantae on in just a second. I'm gonna finish sharing this. If the crew is on or whatever, what's up, crew? How y'all doing? And all that good stuff. I didn't tell them that I was gonna go live. I just decided to do it on my own because I wanted to and I can. And I wanted to definitely make sure that this conversation was a conversation that I was going to definitely have with the crew. What's up, Walter? How are you, man? Hope all is well, brother. You attend IBOC as well. I'd like to know what you think about it as well, brother, because I definitely want to talk about that. So we're going to be bringing on my guest in just a second. I'm almost done sharing this broadcast. And again, you share this broadcast. And real quick, viewer discretion is advised. Please understand that we would like you to be 18 years old. However, we prefer you to be 21. Honestly, definitely our comments are our opinions. So we definitely don't want you to feel that we don't know what we're talking about or we don't have anything of that nature to substantiate any alleged claims because the information we're going to be pulling is straight from the news. So we don't report it for first, but we can report it second or third. We can definitely do that for you. So we're definitely going to be talking about that. So I'm going to bring Shantae on in just a second. And we're going to definitely be talking about Pastor Rush. So just real quick, I'm gonna also pull up the article for us as well. The article that that Dallas Morning News has for Pastor Rush at this moment. And again, we're going to be definitely talking about this. So Shantae, I'm going to bring you on right now. Hang on just a second. Miss Shantae, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you so much, Miss Shantae, for coming on to Match Gas Entertainment. And again, I am Q. And of course, I want to say thank you so much for accepting my invitation to come on to the show to talk about this, to talk about the different things that's going on right now in our city and right now, actually in church as a whole, because these situations we do know do come up about different people in ministry, different pastors, and Dallas seemed to be maybe a hot spot almost for pastors that being accused of something heinous. Let me say
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So do me a favor. You don't have to, like I said, I know that we're going to keep everything private for you, but can you just give me a little bit of information? Are you from Dallas?
I am born and raised.
Born and raised in Dallas. Okay. How long have you been attending IBOC?
About 3.5, 4 years. Yep,
3.5, 4 years.
yep.
Okay. So what experience have you had while you were there? For your membership. I mean, can you tell us from only just your opinion, what kind of pastor you presume your pastor to be? Your experience of the church.
Well, I my perception of Pastor Rush is definitely not one that is being publicized right now. I'm still trying to mentally absorb and understand or comprehend everything that's being said because that is not the person that I know at all, at all, at all. One of the things that drew me to the church was his compassion and um his ability to basically be be humble and relate to the people of the community, the people of the street. I will say that he is very well with the youth. He's very, very, very good with the kids and the young people. I know that when I first joined, my child was very much so eager to actually join the church because of his relationship with the rest of the youth and the teenagers. And I remember being a young adult, um, watching them build that church before they built it. And at that time, the membership, because it's kind of went down a little bit, but at that time, the membership was, oh my God, like in the thousands. And I remember hearing people in the community joke saying that the members of IBOC were like a clan or a cult or something, because that's how tight knit and how close knit they were as a family. And just watching them march around their land and pray and preach. And I mean, like, they heavily believed in everything that they stand for. So when I joined, that was something that I was proud to be a part of. Um, the way his style of preaching is, hey Jay, his style of preaching was more of a teacher, and I attribute that to his teaching background. So there's also something else that drew me to the church. So I'm just really I'm just really baffled at everything that I'm hearing. Howsomever, I will say this: I'm not oblivious to the fact that he is a man, a human, and so I understand he's a man that is working for God, or supposedly working for God. He's not God. And I have to continuously remind myself that, especially now with everything that's going on, because I think what a lot of people do is get caught up in the idea of worshiping the man of God instead of worshiping God. And so I have to constantly, kind of put myself in check and remind myself that he's just there to be a messenger. He's not he's not what's the word I'm looking for? He's not ah uh, he is not a this what is the word, not dismissed, or he's not short of sinning. Let me say that.
Gotcha.
Everybody is capable of doing wrong, and everybody is capable of shortcomings and faults. And so I just have to constantly remind myself of that. Whatever the outcome may be, I don't know if that I don't know, what they're going to decide and what the verdict is. I really haven't even been following the story, because I don't want that to get into the way of my spiritual walk with God. I feel like I'm going to still be a member of IBOC, because at the end of the day, the members of that church and the family and the core foundation of that church is, and what it stands for, I agree, and I relate to what it stands for. So even if it comes down to it and they say that he has to step down, that doesn't mean that the people of the church doesn't believe and doesn't stand for what they still stand for.
I think that that's a good way to put it. And thank you so much for sharing that. Hey Jay, I get.
Hey, hey,
We can't hear you.
Hey,
can y'all hear me now?
yeah, I can hear
Yes,
you now.
How y'all doing?
Fine, how
we
you?
good.
Good, I'm good.
Okay, so we just talking real quick about Pastor Ricky Rush. Just getting Shantae's opinion on. She's a member of the church. What's happening is, if you guys don't know, real quick, I'm gonna do this just so everybody can see specifically what we're talking about with Pastor Rush. So I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, like I said, but I will go ahead and do this. So let me go there and let me share my screen real quick so you guys can see what we're talking about. This is according to the Dallas Morning News. Of course, let me do this real quick, because they will always want you to get the subscription. We're not trying to get the subscription. I'm just trying to get the story. That's all I want to do, is just get my story. That's all I want. Hang on just a second. Well, I can't get my story. Go back. I just want my story. That's all I want. Just my story. All right. All right.
All
Here we
right.
go. I just want my story. That's all I want. I'm just trying to make sure Dallas Morning News don't mess me over this time. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Boom. Boom. All right. I guess it's not gonna stop messing me over because they don't want me to share the content. So what's happened is Pastor Rush. I just read it. Pastor Rush at this moment has been more women have or more adult women have come out against him and allegedly abusing children, handcuffed, tying them down, and beating them. It says here, Miss Ebony Davis, which it won't let me show her picture, but Miss Ebony Davis said that she was abused by this young man and countless others, and that does include other men as well. So we're talking about men and we're talking about women. This was on the front page of the
Wait a
Dallas Morning.
minute. Let me ask you a question. So that there's men that has come out uh with these allegations as well.
According to the Dallas Morning News, yes, ma'am. Now I'm looking for the article on another source because I'm sure it's there, and I did not know
Oh
that.
wow.
I did
And
not
is
know
it
that
men?
people were actually protesting in September at this church.
And so, Q, is this like men
Yeah,
or
they were.
young boys, or are these men now that it happened to when they were young boys, or is it not really being specific about um their age?
Right.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
hadn't
Like,
heard anything about those allegations.
Well, if I'm gonna
are
look,
they men?
I'm looking for
You know,
that story. Hold on, because it's on Dallas Morning News. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Like I said, they always want you to pay for it. No, I ain't gonna type that in there. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do this because when you type in this young man's name, a whole lot of stuff come up. I don't want to do that either.
Mm.
I don't want to do that either. I need something. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. Dallas Morning News won't let me do it, and I cannot pull a story without them
Okay.
trying to make me do it. But like I said, what happens is that when it comes to stuff like this was actually that came out on yesterday, and what happens is
Mm.
that more people are coming out, and they are definitely talking about things that um, Pastor Rush has done to them back in the day. Now, Jay, you and me, we talk about things like this sometimes. Well, a lot of times, especially when things come out about pastors, things come out about people who are way up there, quote unquote, in the upper echelon of ministry, do it like that. I want to kind of, pick your brain about it. And I know you don't know a lot about it because you're not here in Dallas, but you know who Ricky Rush is.
right? Of
So,
course.
so what in your mind when you hear something like this, what do you think right away?
Right away, I just think, to be honest, of course, I grew up in Dallas, so we grew up around all of these people. And even when the stuff came out, last year, and some other things about some other bishops and pastors, the only thing that comes to my mind is, wow, finally somebody said something, because this stuff has been going on for years and nobody really encouraged or to step up and to say certain things. But a lot of us, I'm not going to not include myself, know that things have been happening for years. So this stuff is not new. So it doesn't surprise me at all. It doesn't shock me at all when things like this are said or is coming out. It's just that at this particular point, because over the last few years, it's been almost like a phenomenon of women coming forth and talking about the different pastors and politicians and just everything. People, I would say men in power, that have molested them, or that have just really done things that they weren't supposed to do to them when they were younger, but they didn't have the courage to talk about it. So it has now become so common that we hear this. I don't ever get shocked about it, but what I do say on a lot of instances is that I'm glad that they're saying something. And I'm glad that some truths are coming out. I just don't want it to be to the point to where people are saying things that are not true. I just hope that everything that people are saying is true and that these people are getting the help that they need and finally able to start the healing process. Age does not justify healing if you're healed or if you're over something. And I think sometimes that um, people have the issues that thinking that, oh, this happened to you when you were 15, you should be over it because you're 40. That's not the case, because a lot of
Right.
times we don't get over things, we don't heal from it, we just move past it and we
Right.
just live
Right.
our life. So moving past something and just living life is different from healing from different things. So there is a point to where, and you remember we was talking about this Q the other day, on the phone when I told you that I'm getting ready to start my podcast and different things on how to recognize an abuser and the signs of abuse, because what we have adapted to, especially in our African American communities, is suffering in silence.
That's right.
We were taught
Yeah,
that.
that's
Absolutely.
true.
We
Yeah.
that it's like you don't go no therapist because we don't do that. We're not crazy. They've taught us that it's not okay. It's not common for us because we are quote unquote African American or black or whatever. That's not what we do. We don't go no therapy. What happens in this house stays in this house. Those type of situations that we have grew up with. So it has been instilled in us to suffer in silence. So
Right.
because we have adapted to dysfunctional relationships, and I don't mean just like marriages, I mean relationships as a whole. That's our family, that's our friends, that's our people we go to church with, that's from our pastors, that's from our jobs, that's everything. We have learned how to suffer in silence. And
Yeah.
so it has caused um it has caused a whole whirlwind of hurt and pain that has been set forth in our lives. And it is the true fact that hurt people. So we have
Right.
had a continuum
Mm-hmm.
of people hurting other people because they were hurt and they suffered in silence. They didn't get help. They didn't cry out and they didn't reach the place of healing properly like they needed to.
Right. Right.
When when I think about it, when I hear things like this, the first thing I think of is somebody please get these people some help. Let's get them some therapy. It's okay for us to be saved. It's okay for us to love God. It's okay for us to pray. And we all have faith in God. But He put these people here for a reason.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
Okay.
just like
So,
body,
Shantae, real quick, hang on, sis. Shantae, Walter says,
Mm-hmm.
did you experience any of the abuse or I don't think that you've experienced all the abuse. I think what he's meaning to say is, did you experience or did you see anything off? Did you
mhm.
I know that you have a daughter.
No.
So was anything off,
No.
Pastor Rush?
Nope. Nope. Nothing with myself or my daughter or her friends. I mean, she's a teen. She has teenage friends that attend the church, and they've all been there. They've been there longer than I have, and some of their parents even serve on the board of ministries.
Wow.
So,
And everybody really to make this clear, more clear, is that Miss Shantae knows Pastor Rush, but doesn't know him personally, but knows him in proximity. Let me do it like that.
I know him well enough to have his personal cell phone number, but
Right,
I mean that doesn't really say much of anything because Pastor Rush is the type of person that he's so personable with his members. Shoot, it's probably 100 of us that have his cell phone number. I mean, like he's just that type of person.
wow.
So
This
And
is
Q,
this
can
is
I say,
yeah. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
can I say something right there? I just want to put a
Uh huh.
little pin right there in what she said, because a lot of times, and this is also going to be some things that I bring out on my podcast when we're talking about recognizing the signs of an abuser. They know who to target. So a lot of times it will be people that are close to them or that know them personally, but never have had any type of experience with them on that level, because it's a certain type of person that they target.
Right. Right.
Mm,
Well, sis, do me a favor. So you tell us
okay.
when you're going to be doing that live so we can tune in. Because I definitely want to be watching while you're doing that.
Well, the first one is going to be Thursday night on October the 29th. And so we're going to do the first one Thursday night. And I will have a flyer out with more information. So I'll make sure I send it to you, and you can actually put it out on your page and on, Mash Gas page and everything. It's something that I have sat on for years. Just like a lot of other women, we be embarrassed to tell our story. We be embarrassed that it even happens to us, and all different type of things, from embarrassment to the hurt and the pain that it caused. And sometimes you just don't even want to bring up those situations because it takes you back mentally and emotionally to a place where you've healed from and that you moved from. So you don't even want to go back and revisit it. But so I
Right.
sat on it for a while. And but I have learned in this season that this is something that God clearly has, because He continued to put people in my life that have had these type of hurts and pains, and with me not even knowing it. So it's like God says, okay, I have something that I need for you to say. So how far I'm going to go with this, I don't know at this time. I'm just going to play it by ear, and I'm kind of going to just do it step by step, the way He gives it to me and how I'm actually supposed to do it. So the first thing is going to be, I'm going to target it, because you also know that this is October, and a lot of people know it's breast cancer month, but people forget that there's also domestic violence
It's domestic
awareness month.
violence month. Right.
So so I'm going to bring that out, and in some good detail, because people, we miss talking about a lot of things because we are more focused on breast cancer than we are domestic violence. But it's very relevant, and it is very present in a lot of our lives, in different places and different functions and different things that's happening in our life. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do, is just continue to bring some awareness, because I think people forget about it because we all wear the pink and we do the breast cancer signs, but they also forget that it's domestic violence awareness month. And so I'm just going to kind of shed some light on that.
That sounds good. I can't wait to watch it. I'll do. I hope it's before we do After Dark, because After Dark is on Thursday night.
It,
I'm embarrassed. You're gonna be talking about something serious. I'm gonna be talking about sex. Okay. So Miss Sante, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you coming on to kind of talk to us about this, about Pastor Ricky Rush. I do appreciate you doing that, because it takes a lot of guts to kind of come out here and say anything, because anybody could say anything about what they think, particularly what they may think about your opinion. I think that it is a high level of maturity that you're using, versus saying, "Look, hey, I'm just gonna nail his ass to the cross." You're saying, "Hey, I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna wait to see what's going on. In the meantime, I'm not going to pay too much attention, but I'm gonna keep praying. I'm gonna stay focused. I'm gonna make sure that my decision with what's going on with the church is one that's led by God." And I think that that is something that a lot of us really need to adopt in our mindsets, is having a mature mindset of how to handle situations like this when they come up. But listen, if there are any of you that's watching that's right here in Dallas Fort Worth Metro Place, definitely want to share your opinions with us here at Match Gas Entertainment, go ahead and send us an email at matchgas@gmail.com. That's MASHTHA gas at gmail.com. So, Miss Shantae, thank you so much for coming on. Do you want to have, or do you have any other last remarks before I let you go with the rest of your evening? Did I lose you, Miss Shantae? Did I lose you? I think I lost her. Was she on now? She not on mute or nothing. So I think I may have lost Miss Shantae, everybody. But it's okay. Miss Shantae, can you hear me? I think she's gone, but that's okay. No problem. So again, thank you, Miss Shantae, for coming on. We appreciate you coming on and that good stuff. So now, sis, let's talk about something else. And we're gonna get off because we're not gonna stay on long. I want to be off talking about this in about the next 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, it's a pop-up, not a whole show. It's a pop-up.
It's
a pop-up.
Let's go.
But we'll probably dig into this a little bit later because I want to talk. I want to definitely do a preacher symposium part 2 on stuff like this. So everybody, real quick, what we're about to talk about now, the breaking points of preachers. Now I'm about to put up Prophetess Kimberly Brown that she did an actual YouTube video, and it was picked up by an actual YouTube podcast called Mad Church Disease. Mad Church Disease is really, really huge. But I'm going to play this video, and I want you guys to listen just a little bit on what's going on. Let's see here. What did you say, Johnny? Johnny says they just posted today on Channel 5 on Facebook. I was trying to send it. Please send it, Johnny, if you can. If you can send it to me, Johnny, that'll be great. You can either post in the comments or just inbox it to us. All right, but here's the video. Let me go ahead and pull it up right now. Dun, 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 dun. Here it is. Uh-oh, what happened? Did I lose signal now? Did I lose signal? What is going on? Did my Wi-Fi die? What is going on? See, this got to be the devil. You can still hear me? I don't my something. Oh my God, this got to be the I mean, my laptop is white. Like it's just white. See, this is the devil. I promise you this is the devil.
Oh.
What the Sam hell is going on? Okay, so hold on. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't know what's going on. This is weird. Oh. Okay, so hold on. Did this thing just shut me all the way out of here? Okay, sis, just start talking, sis. If I leave out, just start talking. And just talk to the saints and tell them how much you love them.
But so far, you're still on. But I will say I did watch that particular video. And there are others. It's like a part 2 and where she's talking to some other people. So I did get a chance to watch it. And I haven't watched all.
Can you see me? Can you hear me? Now she froze.
But I did get a chance to what's going on. But what he got going on over there, I don't know if you guys can still hear me.
Can you see? Can you see me?
I can. Yep, I can see.
Okay, here we go, sis. Here we go. That's the devil. I promise you, that ain't nothing but the devil. That's all it is. Chrome tab.
This is Kimberly Brown from Tampa. I'm going live with this raggedy wig on my face. Come on in. Come on in. I want to talk about some stuff.
I'm fast forwarding a little bit.
I want to hear none of y'all. I want to hear none of y'all. Y'all users came to my church and got money from me. Didn't even help. You helped a little bit. But I help y'all bitches. I'm so sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of a lying church. A lying church. A lying church. A lying church. What do you want? What do you want? I know who you are. All y'all men have done something to me. Don't lie with me. Now you want to get off a lie, huh? Dude, this is what's going down, Bishop Stockton. I'm telling it all today. I'm telling it all on Andre, Kirby, Shawnee fake ass, Terry Weems fake ass. Uh-huh. I'm telling it all today. I'm already live. So everybody can hear me and you talking. No, it's no babe. It's no baby today. It's no babe. This is what you got, Peter. You got Peter, unconverted Peter. Because I'm tired of people fucking me over in the church. You see how I'm saying fuck on live? See, them other preachers, they hide. But I'm finna tell how they drink apple martinis, how they get drunk and be in y'all revivals. Oh yeah, I want the preachers on today. I want the preachers on. I'm sorry, David. I may or may not leave you out.
So I stopped that. It's 2 hours long. Just want to give everybody a sample. That's Prophetess Kimberly Brown. I don't know her personally, but she can preach pretty good. I've heard her in person before. I know of a couple of the preachers that she's talking about out there in the Florida area. What? So when you reach a breaking point, now you and me both we are ministers. We are elders in the ministry. Let's do it like that. I cuss a little bit, but I don't give a damn what they think. But I'm a little bit more bootleg than you. You know, you live just a little bit more holy than me.
Just a little.
I, I I just for a few minutes, and we're gonna have to come back on and talk about this. We're gonna do it earlier than this. We gotta do it earlier than
Right.
this. So, have you ever reached your breaking point to get where she was?
Oh, definitely, of course. I know anybody that has been in ministry for any length of time, such as we have. Think about, I got my first license when I was 18. I'm now 45. So we've been in this thing for a very, very long time. We grew up in church, not just in the ministerial part of it, but also in the music part of it, being uh, ministers of music, being praise and worship leaders, and all the other things that we have done in church. So of course, I have been so like there to that particular point to where I was like, listen, I bet if I just get on TV or something, just tell everything on everybody because I'm sick of it and I'm sick of them. But that comes with what I just said is because when you watch the video, and for those that haven't watched the whole thing, she says in the video, I left quietly. I handled these things and I left out quietly, and they just kept hurting me. They kept doing things, they kept saying things. So that goes back to what I just said, suffering in silence. And we're taught that in ministry. Like, you're a minister, you're a
Right.
prophet, you're a pastor, you're an elder, you're a bishop, you're an evangelist, you're a teacher, whatever your particular title is. You're not supposed to need help in front of all these other people. We're not supposed to be up in the prayer line asking for prayer. We're not supposed to be crying. We're not supposed to be weak. We were taught that we're not supposed to be weak links. We're supposed to be strong all the time. We have to have
All
the
the
face
time.
on. We have to pray when we don't want to. We have to sing when we don't want to. We have to preach when we don't want to, because we got to have that face on, because it's other people that we have to think about and not ourselves. And it's not about us. It's about God, and it's about the kingdom. So they make you have that face, and they make you put on that fakeness that we have seen over and over and over again, which again causes hurt people to hurt people. And so
Yep.
it's just a domino effect of things that has been happening. Why do you think that a lot of these pastors and preachers and stuff are molesting people? Because that somebody did it to them. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that
Right.
problem led to another problem, and now they done did it to someone else, and now they got a problem and they're gonna do it. It's a continuation of issues and hurt and pain. So she's lashing out. And there's several people that called her doing a video, was trying to get her to calm down. And she was like, no, 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 I'm telling it all, even on myself. And she's lashing out for attention. She's lashing out for help. And I'm not laughing at her pain. I was kind of laughing at her methods because some of the things she said was very hilarious to me. But at the end of the day, it's like you see, like she has been broken, and she is almost
Yeah.
broken to the point of no care because of the fake people that they make us become. Because half of the time, and you are a living witness to this, half of the time when we preach, half of the time when we pray and we up before people, we don't even want to be there all day. I mean, ourselves. You see what I'm saying? So we don't want to be up
Hmm.
there doing that because we're tired. Somebody done pissed us off. We having issues at home. Our kids acting a fool. Do you see what I'm saying? So
Right.
they have taught us to suffer. And
That's true. And
we
one
just
thing
gonna
to
have
eat to
faith in
even
God.
add to that, and to even add to that, I think that one thing that we do, especially as preachers, the church becomes our immediate spouse. We are married to the church.
Yes,
You are married.
right.
When you're married to the church, everything about it must be at a certain prestige as far as strength is concerned, and it must be at a certain place where people can only see perfection.
Yeah, and
And
I'll
that
go just
and
as far as, and I know I'm gonna get some rejection on this, and you already know how we are because we just keep it real. But and we go, I'm gonna get some rejection on this, but I'm gonna go as far as to say that's why over half of the divorces that have happened in the church have happened in the church because we wasn't taught how to be husband and wives. We was taught how to go to church.
I
And
don't
if you
have my
just go to
bill,
church,
but yeah,
and if you just
we
go to
would.
church, and if you just pray about it, and if just give all your problems to the Lord, He gonna work it out. That's why a lot of pastors, a lot of bishops, a lot of apostles, they are divorced because hey, the wife wasn't taught how to please her husband at home, but she taught how to get up there and holler and scream and run and speak in tongue at church. But your husband is suffering sexually at home because you ain't doing what you got to do. Because they ain't teaching you that. They're not
Right.
telling you that. They're not telling. And then half of them don't even want no woman. They want a man. So they ain't even being honest. So they end up having all these indiscretions and having all these secret relationships because they're not even being honest with just their own sexual preferences and what they really, really desire and what they want. So the whole
Right.
concept of taught us is to be fake. And until we step up and say it's time for us to be real, but I ain't talking about real for God. I'm talking about be real to yourself
For
and
yourself.
who
Right.
and who you are and who God has created you to be. You know if you want a man, you know if you want a woman, you know what you want, and you know what your preferences are. And so when you fight against these demons and when you fighting against all this stuff that's coming against you, fight until you figure it out. Fight until you deliver. But stop bringing other people into your chaotic situations. So you get married and you bringing women into your life and you still sleep with men on the side. Women still sleep with other women on the side from their husbands because they ain't worked it out. But because they have taught us to be fake and you supposed to marry a man, a woman, and you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we got to stop lying to ourselves. And let's get real about this situation. And let's get real about this stuff because we're gonna continue to hurt and we're gonna hurt other people as long as we're hurt and we're not healing. Get some therapy, get some counseling in the church. And I'm not talking about just your pastor. I'm talking about
Right.
is there a real therapist out here? Went to that are licensed for this. There are real life coaches. There are people that can help. And until the church incorporates things that we need to heal properly, it's going to still be the same continuation and the same domino effect of what we're having and what we're causing it, because we want to blame everything on the devil. And it's not the devil, it's us.
Right. You know, and we're gonna get off because we're going to talk about this some more. When I had a years ago, I had a session with a pastor, a coaching session with a pastor, and yes, I do coach pastors. I do. I love coaching pastors. Now, because coaching is not pastoring, I can just help you with that and then send you on your way and let God do what He's gonna do with you in your life. You know, and I love all of that. But I had a
Right.
situation that this pastor felt like, and this is what he described it to me. He said being a pastor was one of the most rewarding things in his life, but it cost him every relationship he ever had. And to
Yeah.
me,
I,
I now don't get me wrong, there are people that are not supposed to be in your space. There are people that are
right.
designed to come in and cause calamity, throw you off track, so you won't
Of
know
course.
or recognize where God is or who He is in that moment. But
Right.
sometimes
Yeah.
when God brings you what you need, sometimes the need goes against what we put up as a need. Ministry, for example.
Exactly.
You know, and so when you get to that place, and it's like, well, I got to go to the church, or I got to do this, and I got to do that, and you can't communicate to your wife when she is needing you to talk to her, or you can't communicate to your husband when he's needing to talk to you, or you always at the church, you spend the night at the church, you doing everything is about the church. That's not God. I don't care who
Not.
you is. You say what you
That's
want to
not.
say. That ain't God, because
That's not
God
God.
is not going to bless you, turn around, give you what you need just for you, just for it to be taken from you and you to be by yourself with the church, with the
Right.
church. And
And,
I'm not talking about the church in your heart. I'm talking
and
about
because people have
the
made
building, the people in the building, the
the
man-made
big
creation that
the,
we know as ministry.
and do you know, and that's why it's so many people right now about to lose their mind because of COVID-19. They couldn't go in that building, and people about to lose their mind
And their life.
because you can't go inside the. And it's like, because your whole life has been sitting with that building, and when God says He is so much more than that building, He's so much more than that. He created
Right.
family before He created that other stuff. So if you can't get right with your family, you can't even have a good family life because of that building. That's not God.
That
Now,
ain't.
if you want to be by yourself, I commend you. If you're gonna pastor and you're gonna be by yourself and you're gonna be you and the Lord and don't put nobody else through that misery, I'm all for it. But if you're gonna be married, if you're gonna be a mother, if you're gonna be a father, your family
Right.
is what's important.
And listen, everybody, look, when the Bible talks about
And stop getting
the
families.
man leaving and cleaving, it meant your obligations as an adult as well. And the church
Leave.
is an obligation that you're supposed to leave and cleave.
But that's why He said it's good. It's better for you to please me by yourself. But if you just can't sustain, then you got to get married.
Right. Sis, thank you so much for coming on. We're gonna jump on and talk about this some more. We're gonna ask Charlotte the next time.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's do it.
We're gonna ask Charlotte the next time because she's the current first lady at this time, and so she definitely knows what it's about and things of that nature. Listen, everybody, we're out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, listen, real quick,
I
of
love you.
course, you know, on tomorrow night it's going to be Tipsy Tuesday with Miss Shimmy. Of course, on Wednesday night it's going to be Happy Hour with Hendrix. On this coming Thursday night, it is going to be MTG After Dark. Myself and Miss Arbor, my counterpart, or my co-host, is going to be on with me. I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about, but it's going to be something real crazy. So make sure you check us out. And of course, MTG Live is going to be this Friday. And then on next Friday, which is Friday, October the 30th, MTG will be hosting our MTG Halloween show. It's going to be like a little party. We all going to dress up a little bit. So you guys come on and check us out. We're going to be talking about some crazy stuff. So just come on in. Y'all know how we like to do it. And last but not least, we are looking for you, all the ladies out there, for the MTG Beauty of the Week. The beautiful, the sexy, the vivacious, intelligent boss ladies of Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Atlanta, Boston, wherever you are. Do us a favor, send us a pic and send us a small mini bio of you. We'll be making our decisions really, really soon. And of course, you will receive the nice gifting from Master Gas, as well as the fact that we will publicize you as our MTG Beauty of the Week. So we do appreciate you guys joining us for our little quick powwow. Thank you so much to my sister Jay. Thank you, Miss Shantae, for coming on. I know that was not an easy thing to do, but I appreciate you trusting and the fact that we make sure that we got you taken care of. So you guys have a wonderful night. We'll see you guys on tomorrow. Thanks so much again for joining us, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.